Welcome to another episode. I am V, and this is the Sussex Set. Welcome to another short set, a short little episode where I give you just the latest information and or updates on what the Sussexes have been up to and just some other commentary about who knows what. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. Anytime that you give me is very appreciated, as I know everybody's time is short these days. But you can find me on all of the socials. I will link them in the description. And if you would like to help more people discover the podcast, please be so kind to leave a review wherever you listen to podcasts. It helps. All right, so let's get into a couple of things they've been up to this week or in the last couple of weeks. We got to see Harry and Meghan at the Dodgers game. I believe that was game 5 before they won the World Series. They had their matching blue Dodger caps, and they had some excellent seats. Like when you look at the video that Meghan posted on Instagram from their view, they were basically right at the, I don't know what you call it, the bullpen, batter's pen. The guy that warms up who's about to hit, they were like literally right behind him on the other side of the net. So shout out to them for having access like that. That's really cool. We saw really interesting angles, really cool angles of other folks who were just there. And it's interesting when you see Harry and Meghan. I would probably pull out my phone and record too, just because you don't see that all the time. Even if you're one of those fortunate people who get to go to the World Series, which is a tough ticket to get. But that being said, it was cool to see them talking to the Johnsons, Magic and Cookie. Weirdly, I get the sense that Magic and Harry had never met before, but obviously they know who the other is, but they seem like they got along pretty well. I love to see that, just because it's like, and then I think I saw a TikTok and somebody actually said that it seems like Harry and Magic Johnson became fast friends or something like that. But it really did. So there was that. And then when I posted the picture of them at the game, a lot of really great pictures came out of that. Of course, there are people under my comments and trolls talking about, oh, well, Harry and Meghan got booed. Did they? I don't know. To be frank, I don't care. It doesn't matter. And that right there, just a slight tangent, it kind of shows you the difference in sort of like the types of mentalities around Meghan. Harry and Meghan. It's like, if Beyonce gets booed, big deal. If Obama gets booed, big deal. If the Queen of England, the King of England gets booed, big deal. It is simply that you're a notable person. It's a lot of people that are going to love you. It's a lot of people that are going to hate you. But everybody knows who you are. So for people coming in my mention some, oh, well, she was booed, so I don't know, you're selling your radio. Who the fuck is booing you? Girl. Who knows that you exist to boo you in the first place? Hello? Can you hear me? So that's kind of like my perspective. It to be honest, it don't matter. Her paycheck's still gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? She's still going to be able to afford Laurel Piana and you ain't. And I won't be able to either. But I also don't care that they may or may not have been booed. So like, I didn't see any videos of them being booed. But it, again, comes down to the fact that they're notable enough to be booed. So the booing itself, it don't matter. It's kind of like Cat Williams, the famous bit where he was like, well, if you don't have any haters, then you're not actually doing anything. Try to get your haters up. So, but the types of mentality around Harry and Meghan are either that you see them, you see that they're doing their thing, and you're like, kudos to you, high five, have at it. Or you're just sitting somewhere in a corner waiting for them to fail, and you're looking for every possible opportunity. You know, you're sitting there with the Birdman hands, rubbing your hands together, waiting for somebody to say something negative so you can run and tell somebody on social media who really don't give a fuck. Those are called derangers. But all of that being said, it seems like Harry and Meghan are having a really good time back home. That might really be what's getting under people's skin who want to see them fail anyway. And I love it for them because not only are they like really hitting the ground running, they're pushing towards something like in a really clear direction. You can really see it a lot with Meghan here lately along the business side. But they're living life, and from what I can see with my Black American eyes, they could not look happier. I mean, Megan's out here making her jams and her wine. She's selling out with every drop. She's doing podcasts. They're taking their kids trick-or-treating. She's dressed up. I don't even know what she dressed up as, a bunny, something like that. Just out here just living their life in Santa Barbara, girl. Could not be happier. She posting Instagram reels and TikToks, liking her friend's pregnancy post like a normal person. Without fear of, like, the British press calling you a demon. It's really fantastic for them. And with Meghan, probably more so than Harry, because she's more of a social media person, even just by nature. I don't even think, other than like maybe some fake accounts that Harry might have had, that royals actually do social media. But Meghan had a whole entire lifestyle brand before she became, the Duchess of Sussex, which has components of social media that are attached to, with even just the social media marketing aspect of it, right? And we see that she's tapped right back into that with As Ever. She plugged right back into it. And I love that because these days and age, that is a skill, right? But it must be an intricate balance with Meghan having, ascended so high on the social scale and having to now balance and manage her different roles, because they're different. She's still notable, but her roles are different, even as just a private citizen, and how she interacts with the world. Striking a balance between maintaining your privacy, but sharing your life with your supporters in an authentic way, like on your own terms. Visibility on your own terms, which Meghan is doing masterfully, especially in her post-royal life. She's doing a really great job. And seeing her incorporate the business components of this pivot that she's made here in 2025, it has really been something that I hope a lot of people are paying attention to, that specifically want to learn from her, and people like her, like Emma Grede. And that's her name, right? I believe. I got to research that. I might go back and edit this out. But folks like that, who have platforms, who have actual businesses that they have scaled and are giving out game, whether this is through actual content or demonstration of how they're building their businesses and their brands. So that's really the biggest thing that I think Meghan Markle does so well as a woman, in sharing with other women. It's not so much of, talking to people, preaching at people, but showing you step by step exactly how I'm building my own empire or my own enterprise. One of the things I love about Serena Williams's Twitter bio, I haven't checked it in a while, but that's, just one of my favorite human beings on the planet. But Meghan's friend. But her Twitter bio said something like, living, learning, or living, loving, and working to help you, right? And I took that to mean, I'm going to help you by being the best possible me. And you can look at me and see how hard I work and decide that maybe perhaps you want to do that too. Or maybe you want to, find your one thing and double down and dominate on that too, or whatever. So I think Meghan quietly, though, does that in her own way. Anyone who's really successful, demonstration is going to be the best teacher, right? But Meghan's demonstration of what she's doing is slightly different for me, just because of what she's come through in order to even get to the point where she can demonstrate without any fear of someone trying to stop her from doing that. So, and speaking of Meghan's empire, I've been seeing a lot of Martha Stewart comparisons. Have you guys been seeing that? So Martha Stewart is basically like the queen of lifestyle brands. She is probably the inventor, I would say, in modern times, modern media, of the modern lifestyle brand. And pretty soon, I want to do a deep dive of Meghan's approach to her own lifestyle brand as it compares to some of the more well known lifestyle brands that we've seen over the last 10 or so years. But Meghan is not shy about the fact that she's building something that she wants to outlive her, something that her daughter, her son, is going to be able to see beyond her lifetime, maybe even theirs. Now, I know a lot of people would hear that and think, who cares? It's a company, it's a business. But considering the fact that since she's met her husband, just about everything that she's put her name to, her time and energy and effort to, has been, or folks have attempted to discredit her in every possible capacity. So when she was working as a royal, no job was good enough, despite the fact that her engagements got way more attention than the other royals. The charities that she benefited, her patronages benefited, got far more donations than they have ever received. Never, ever good enough. So considering the fact that she's discredited at every possible turn, certainly she would want to have her name to something that you can only discredit it by saying that it doesn't exist. See, because the thing about business that is different from royal life, where they're basically like welfare recipients, you're either gonna fucking win or you're gonna go out of business. Winning means your business quarter to quarter is doing all right. All right. Not to necessarily speak in financial terms, but we are talking an actual business. Meghan makes it look pretty. Emma Grede makes it look stylish and chic. There are still people that need to be paid. There are still, profits that you want to be able to see. There's still product development you want to, whatever your business is. And to have a business that lasts year over year, let's say even a decade, because it's still a small business, that's substantial. It means probably 10 times more to the woman that people have tried to tell. And I'm not saying she does not have privileges, but to the person that people have tried to tell, and even in some ways convince that everything they do after royal life will be a failure. They wanted the fear in that lady's heart that nothing she did, since she didn't want to be a royal, was going to stand. And right now she can't, as far as I know, she can't release a single drop of As Ever jams without selling out. She can't lose, in other words. You can boo her at a baseball game, but you can't stop that deposit from hitting her account. Some people boo, other people buy. And what Meghan is selling in her curated way of living, her lifestyle brand, is not just products. People will buy those, yes. So while y'all over there booing, people buying candles and wines and jams. But she's also selling like an idea, an identity, her values, an aspirational experience that her fans, her customers all want to be a part of. And that's the part that they've been trying to stop, is her ability to brand and market herself. Do you know how demonic that is? You're trying to take a person's identity away from them and tell them that they can't also go to the free market to make a profit. Now, I know Charles or somebody was over there selling whiskey, maybe even jams as well. They were selling all kind of products to the people of England for the crown or the crown estate. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know the details, but I know they have income that they generate that is of the quote unquote lifestyle variety, but certainly free enterprise, right? So in part I am being silly. That part is true, but in part I'm being silly. But I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy that people use when they're trying to tear her down for simply following in literally everyone's footsteps. She just makes it look beautiful. She makes it look great, and she's aligned with her own values. That's what people buy into. And so far, it's been an incredible success for her because, if nothing else, Meghan is so serious about her messaging. So, whether she's selling you a candle, telling you to tune in at the Fortune Power Summit, whether she is making an appearance as herself in an acting cameo, whether she's doing a podcast, her messaging is what's driving all of her action toward what she's currently sharing in her, journey to build her lifestyle brand. Now, I happen to think that Meghan has an advantage over just about anyone who might endeavor to build their lifestyle brand the way that she's currently building it. And the reason for that is Meghan has a built-in engine to her fan base called the Sussex Squad. This is not regular people who find With Love Meghan interesting. This is not someone who saw Meghan wearing some top from some brand and they went and bought it from Nordstrom's before it sold out. No. I'm not even talking about the people who went and bought the what is it, Cruzette ovenware, cookware from the first season. No. I'm talking about the people, you and I, people who may have done all of the fundraisers that will drop just tons of money in an effort to support. But also, it's going to be good stuff because it's Meghan, right? But like, for the simple fact of pissing her critics off, specifically those on Salt Island or whatever it's called, England. Shout out to all the English folks and the British folks. Y'all do. I can't say nothing. I'm an American. We're all just doing our best, aren't we? I can't criticize y'all the way I want to criticize you because of our shit show happening here. But Meghan Markle's fans, in other words, though, we like to piss her haters off, and most of her haters are concentrated over there. She has a built-in engine that is going to ride or die for her. So anytime she drops a product, anytime she has a rollout, anytime she makes an appearance, does an event, automatically, there's going to be promotion that other stars wish they could have. And we're talking organized promotion, basically free marketing, because she doesn't do social media. She does Instagram. She don't do Twitter. She don't do TikTok. I said TikTok earlier. She don't do TikTok. She does Reels. She don't do YouTube. She doesn't have all of these different arms of social media to help promote as ever. She has Archwell as a website. She has her production company. She has all of that type of thing, but her stature is so big that she doesn't need it. But even still, the way that things just get lost in the noise, right? You know how it is. Somebody dies, everybody's on to the next thing the next day. It's sad, right? But it's the nature, it's like the environment and the landscape that we're living in. We all have 24 hours, but everybody's 24 hours has so many more things crammed into it. So a celebrity drops a clothing line, a celebrity drops a lifestyle brand. It's here today and gone tomorrow. Not Meghan. Because Meghan's fans are here. We're here. And then also, we just like the fact that she cares about what she puts out. It's not garbage, bro. It's not trash. Like, even when she was, she talked about how she was a founding investor of, I cannot remember the name of that tea, but we bought so many bags. We bought our little latte mixers that, you put into the drink, the little frother. We bought all of those things. I can't remember the name of it. I'm probably going to put it in the show notes or something, but like that, sold out. Okay. So I think Meghan took that evidence. She took all of that data and she realized my name has so much weight. Now, I don't know if she ever intended to like get to the point where ultimately she is doing this regardless, but I would like to believe that after she left the royal family, she saw, even when she was back over here, even during the pandemic, that her name carried so much weight that she'd be a fool to not monetize the fuck out of whatever she put her name to. Because the British press is making money off of her name. The royal family made so much money off of her name. Somehow, some way, I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure they did. If nothing, they got plenty of attention, which ultimately translates to dollars in 2025. That's just the times that we're living in. American media made money off of her name. Different brands where she happened to wear their things made money off of her name. She deserves to make money off of her name and her titles and whatever the hell else she has, because she was put through a lot of bullcrap to get it. All right. And she deserves to build just like anybody else. So I'm happy for her. I hope she builds the biggest lifestyle brand any woman has ever built, just to piss some people off. You know, why not? They wanted her to crawl back into a hole. She's decided to be seen. And there's nothing wrong with being seen. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be seen. And there sure as heck is nothing wrong with wanting to build and leave behind a legacy that you can be proud of. So I'm really proud of her for that. So in a pivot, it looks like Meghan is returning to acting. Now, we know she went on record to say that you should never say never, but she is pretty much done with acting. I believe she was asked in the engagement interview back in 2017. And that makes sense to answer that way, because why would you believe that your life would be pure hell in the next couple of years, right? Or that you would end up back in LA in less than 5 years of getting married. Isn't that crazy? But she's back in LA. She's back in and around Hollywood. She has a deal with Netflix. Netflix is out here winning Oscars. Why shouldn't she? If she's decided. Now, granted, she's not going back into that world as Meghan Markle, the actress who's vying for roles and memorizing lines. She's still an actress. She's playing herself in this one, but she was seen filming early November on set. She's playing herself, and this is a nice little tie-in or transition if she wanted to, get her toes wet again and see. But it's a cameo filmed in Santa Barbara, right in her backyard. I just love that, her life is so popping now. Like, she feels so free that she can do things that bring her joy, which is what Harry said. He said he doesn't care. That's my dog. And I'm not even going to edit this out. He said he does not even care what she does as long as it brings her joy. If you can't be a partner like that to me, you can't be around me. I don't want it. He cares so much about what bring that lady joy and peace. That's his number one priority. So I love his take on it, but I like the fact that she feels free enough that, again, the criticism doesn't matter. It's like the boos are perfect. If you boo me, great. Who the fuck cares? I'm still going to be able to do the things that I want to do while you're sitting there booing, right? While you're sitting there criticizing, I'm still going to make decisions that are aligned with where I am in life. If that means making a cameo with Jack Quaid, I just looked it up, Dennis Quaid's son, who is, by the way, I think that's the guy in, I like it. I love this show, but it's so gruesome. Amazon, The Boys. I think he's the kind of quirky, nerdy guy in The Boys, but, Bree, was it like Bree Collins or Lily Collins? So quite a few people in there. And by the way, speaking of Amazon is also producing this film. So heavyweights behind whatever Meghan is doing acting wise. I saw something that said that she gets so many roles offered to her, but nothing ever sits right with her, except for in this case where she, I guess, gets to play herself that's a nice transition back into the acting world without it being so weird. Like Meghan Markle, why is she playing a girl named Sarah? Because yeah, now she's different. She's not just Meghan the actress, she's the Duchess of Sussex. So wise choice on her part. And I can't wait to see it. The good thing about like movies and films and television and all of that is like you hear about it filming, and because they're all so competitive with one another, you don't have to wait 6 months to see it. So it's probably not going to be very long before we actually get to see what she did. But I love that for her. And do you know what I love for me? That I'm about to be done recording this podcast for today. So that is about all I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. And again, you can find me on all of the socials, Twitter, Sussex Set on Instagram. I don't know what happened to my TikTok. I can't seem to get back in it, so I have to get a new handle. But I'll keep y'all updated with that. And I have a few more other things that I want to share with you guys very, very, very soon. But more to come on that. Thank you as always for tuning in. Please be safe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me.